I'm joined in studio by Daithí O'Connor and Evelyn O'Toole. Daithí joins me from Revive Active and Evelyn O'Toole joins me from CLS, and they, with others, will be representing the West of Ireland at the EY event, which is taking place, the Enterprise Entrepreneur of the Year Award with EY. Daithí and Evelyn, morning to you.
Good morning, Keith.
God above you, sound in harmony over there. Those microphones are well tuned. Evelyn, we were just saying, I mean, this is a major event, so it is, and you're heading off shortly. But to be one of the finalists in the EY Entrepreneur of the Year Award is a major achievement. There was none last year. Sean Brett was the previous year, you were saying to me.
That's right. So it's great. I'm delighted to be in the final. I'm delighted to represent CLS. But it's really sweet that there's three local companies. There
is, and one Westport then, and then Ramona from Cara Pharmacies.
Yeah, and
so there's really 5 with local contests.
That's right. There's 3 categories in the competition. So emerging is where Daithí will be. I'm in the industrial, and then there's international. So Jim Burke and I are both in the industrial, and so is Ramona.
Right.
So we've got 3 out of the local, if you like, west of Ireland coast, 5 in the industrial.
And can I ask you, how did you enter? How did this come about for you?
So I won a competition last year called Women Mean Business. It was a national competition, and the following day I was at a medical device show in the Radisson, and I was approached by 2 of the local EY guys from the local office, and after Christmas my nomination came through to take part in the competition. So there was about 100 applications this year. So there was about 80 interviews, and then out of that 24 finalists were selected, and I was one of the lucky 8 for industrial.
Now, talk to me about CLS. I mean, it is a laboratory solutions company based here in Galway. You were saying to me before we come here, you have 114 people with you.
Yeah, there's 140 headcount in CLS at the moment. The majority of us are scientists. I'm originally from Clifton. I worked for a company down in Carna managing a lab, and the lab basically burnt down. The whole company was a fish smoking company, and I set up CLS in 1994. So back then it was actually the only job I could take with my qualifications, and I decided I wanted to give myself security but also opportunities for other scientists to work locally and to be able to live in Connemara or Galway.
So out of the embers of the fire, pardon the pun, you started CLS.
Yeah, and I love humour, and back then I'd love to have called ourselves Phoenix, literally from the ashes.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe I didn't have the confidence. I was 25, and I suppose I wanted to fit in, and I'd be selling to people who were much older than me, and I didn't know if they'd actually appreciate the name as much as I would have.
So what exactly do CLS do then? I mean, you're scientists specialising in laboratory solutions, but what physically do you do?
So we're a testing company, so we supply testing and analysts on contract to the food, environmental, medical device and pharmaceutical industries. So in basic terms, we would work with food companies doing food safety checks, shelf life tests. We would test water. So to connect it to the environment, if you like, we would have delivered the Water Framework Directive here for rivers and lakes in Ireland on behalf of the EPA. We would work with the local Supermax, SuperValue. We would do the testing for Shell, the oil company. And then on the medical side, we'd work with all the large iconic companies, Medtronic, Boston, Craigan, or now TE. On the pharma end, we would work with the likes of Amgen, Allergan, Mylan. You know, we're blessed, I suppose, in that we've got a fabulous client list. And we're really only starting. You know, this was an indigenous company that started with a very low financial base that had to actually organically get to where we are. But it's almost like things have really happened over the last few years.
But you've done it.
We're still building. I think that's the thing about business. It's never done. Every year is a new year. Every year needs a new performance.
Every day brings a challenge, I'm sure.
It does, and nothing can be taken for granted. But we're doing okay. We've got lovely opportunities. We're also now privileged enough to have 7% overseas business. So global companies are coming to CLS. We've got a plant close to here on the Tuam Road. It's our medical and pharma plant. We've actually painted a purple stripe on the building there over the last few weeks. It's next to Fleming's building.
Yeah.
And we've still got our food and environmental plant out in Rossmuck.
What's with the purple stripe?
Purple is our colour. Our vans are all white with purple CLS on them. We've got a fleet of about 12 vans, so we network the country every day.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Stay with me, because I want to go to Dahi O'Connor. Dahi, morning to you.
Good morning, Keith.
Now, Revive Act.
Well, I was talking to Evelyn earlier, and it's to be a finalist is a winner in itself.
Yeah.
And whatever happens after that, we leave that.
And do you know what's going to happen in San Francisco? Are they going to put you through various?
Yeah, there's an executive training program. So they bring in kind of the best from all the academic institutes. So it's in Silicon Valley. Last year it was in Harvard. So it's kind of, I think it's the competition, to be honest, if you know what I mean by that. It's the one to be in.
Oh, yeah.
It's the highest accolade, and we very much were advised by previous winners that once you're in the final, really that's kind of the job done.
Yeah.
Of course, there's none of us in the competition that wouldn't like to win. We'd all love to win, but I think to actually get here is great. It would be fantastic if one of the three of us got through.
Well, you're getting to San Francisco now.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
They gave us a bit of a teaser on San Francisco, and we know that we're visiting Stanford. We'll have a day in Stanford, and I think we might have a trip to Napa Valley as well. And but like Silicon Valley is there. I'm sure there's heavy hitters there: Google, Facebook, Twitter. It'll be very interesting.
I told them last week they're all expecting you. That's fine.
Thank you.
They're all waiting for you. I said, I didn't tell them you were coming in Ireland.
I'm a surprise.
No, you're the surprise there. I told them he was coming, so they were just getting ready for it. It's lovely, lads. So you're going on Sunday week, and then when will we know where you stand? Later in the year?
So the programme is the 28th of this month for 6 nights in San Francisco. Then we'll be shown on television during the summer. So I think they're doing a deal with TV3 this year. Last year was ITV. So they will sort of showcase each company, each finalist. Then around August there's an 8 or 12 man interview where we go in and we have to pitch our cause, our background, our company, our profile, and what we've achieved in terms of scale. And I think that's probably a very important moment for the selection.
So I mean, it is a very important.
Yeah, and all these guys, I think they all report back individually to a centre point.
Okay.
So it'll be individual people like us, but at a larger scale, like the Dennis O'Briens will actually cast their opinion and say this is their winners. Then it all centres into a final night of celebration
in the Burlington.
In the
Isn't this Burlington?
it's the City West.
Oh, City West.
Yeah, unless it's changed from last year.
I thought they were bringing you into town altogether.
So I attended as a guest last year. It's a fabulous occasion.
Cool.
And there's about, last year I think there was about 600 people for dinner. And it is kind of the who's who of the entrepreneurs.
You can test the dinner beforehand, so
yeah, I can do, yeah. And maybe get in to have a look at the water as well.
Absolutely. It's a lovely story. Sorry, yeah, go on.
They do. They profile each one of the companies in the Irish Times as well, so that'll be starting late June right through to July.
It really is. It is a 12-month affair, really, or a 9-month affair for you. Guys, good luck with it. Enjoy. Send us a postcard, please, if you don't mind. Dahi O'Connor of Revive Active. Good luck to Jim Burke. We're going to try and catch up with him next week, and Ramona as well, and Harry Hughes indeed. But in studio today, Dahi O'Connor of Revive Active and Evelyn O'Toole of CLS. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Behave yourselves and enjoy. We're back just after these. We're looking at drugs next.